Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the annual Central Gauteng Lions Awards on this beautiful Thursday evening. It is my greatest honor to welcome our host, one of our club cricket members, a servant to the game, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to the host tonight, and Mr. Arabile Kumada. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
All right. It's a good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, the name is Arabile Kumada. I wanted to thank you so much for that introduction. I guess to start things off, I'm going to put a disclaimer out. I'm from Randburg Cricket Club. Thank you very much. There we go. We know where the loyalties are. Look, today is definitely going to be a wonderful evening, and one that we're here to celebrate the season that has gone by. It has been immensely difficult to put together this season, but also to ensure that everyone is safe while doing so. The prior season was cut short. This season was even shorter. But here we are, celebrating the fact that we were able to even get onto the field, score runs for some of us, take wickets, again for some of us, and even get a few catches out there, definitely for some of us. But one thing that we certainly held in high spirit was the game. And that is what we need to celebrate today. The fact that we all came together to try and celebrate the game of cricket. And I want to thank you all for taking the time out this evening, despite COVID, despite the cold, to embrace this evening. So I want to thank you all so much. On Sunday, the 15th of March 2020, the South African government declared the coronavirus a pandemic. Today marks exactly 427 days since the nationwide lockdown in order to contain the spread of the coronavirus. But the pandemic has disrupted our lives and even damaged our economy, unfortunately. The pandemic has resulted in the sudden loss of income for businesses as well as individuals alike, deepening poverty and even increasing hunger. We were focused on adapting to a new way of living, particularly in a short space of time. Borders were closed, economic activity halted. Every business had to adhere to detailed health and safety protocols in order to protect their employees. Measures were forced onto us and changes in our behavior needed to be implemented. We couldn't just visit family, nor visit our neighbors, attend schools. We had limited hours of exercise even. A wide range of products, services, and goods were not even available, including the Woolies chicken. Conferencing, as we're doing right now, and all sports cancelled, and many other initiatives to slow the progression of the pandemic in our country. Boy, has it been a tough one. Health systems of many countries, including hospitals and clinics, remain under tremendous stress as they deal with the pandemic. The pandemic has caused us much suffering and required much sacrifice, unfortunately. It has demanded of us great fortitude and a lot of endurance. As a nation, we were forced to take aggressive action against an invisible enemy that threatened our lives and the lives of our loved ones. These were the times when we endured hardship and difficulty. We did this so that we can enjoy freedom and prosperity, particularly into the future. While the nationwide lockdown continued what was a devastating effect on our economy, it is nothing compared to the catastrophic human, social, and economic cost if the coronavirus could spread among people unchecked. As we enter the era of an unprecedented nationwide lockdown, and as we look to the future, we should remember why exactly we are here. To date, over 168 million confirmed cases have been reported worldwide, and over 3.5 million deaths. To their families, friends, colleagues, we offer our deepest sympathies. Your loss is our loss. Our sincere and heartfelt condolences. South Africa, you've demonstrated to the entire world what a nation can achieve with courage, determination, and solidarity. As a result of the measures that were imposed and the sacrifices we made, South Africa did manage to slow the rate of infection and even prevent our health facilities from being far too overwhelmed. We know that the most effective defense against the virus is also just the simplest, right? Washing your hands regularly, wearing a face mask, keeping at least a 1.5 meter distance from other people, avoiding touching our faces with unwashed hands, and cleaning surfaces we touch regularly. Our lives have changed in the most fundamental and basic ways. So tonight, we'd like to pay our gratitude to the many men and women who made this day possible, starting with our frontline healthcare workers who work tirelessly in long hours to try and contain the spread of the virus, to many public, private, and civil society organizations that ensured our passage through these trying times. We are greatly honored. Thank you. Siyabonga. I'd like to ask if we could please just take a moment to reflect on the season that was. May the lion continue to roar. A round of applause for the season that was. So good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to the 2020-2021 Central Gauteng Lions Annual Awards. My name is Arabile Kumete. Indeed, I'll be your host this evening. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you here at the iconic ballroom, the Imperial Wanderers Stadium, the theatre of dreams where dreams are realized, unlike Man United. I am it hurts too. To all those that are viewing this from home who have connected via our various social media channels, invite all your family members, please. Grab your cup of coffee, sit back and enjoy what will certainly be a fully packed show as we bring you entertainment and the comfort of your home. To kickstart the evening, I would like to do the honors of recognizing the following guests. Our first female Central Gauteng Lions president, Ms. Ann Villas, who couldn't join us as well today, the Central Gauteng Lions board members. A special welcome to the recently elected Central Gauteng Lions board members, Central Gauteng Lions honorary life vice presidents, the Cricket South Africa board and management, Central Gauteng Lions chief executive officer, Mr. Jono Leafright, management team, as well as his staff, Central Gauteng Lions affiliates, Blind Cricket Association, Deaf Cricket Association, Differently Abled Cricket Association, the Umpires Association, the Scorers Association, hubs, clubs, schools, and higher learning institutions. To all Central Gauteng Lions cricketers, starting from our KFC mini cricket, primary and high schools, the hubs, the clubs, the cubs, the under-19, academy, men's senior provincial, the women's senior provincial, and of course, our Imperial Lions. A warm welcome to all our CGL partners and sponsors, key stakeholders including local, provincial, as well as national government departments, NGOs, and the communities we serve. Service providers, media partners, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. If I've skipped anyone, please get in line. Tonight we seek to reflect and celebrate the most challenging year that CGL has ever faced. But before we start, there are a few rules of engagement that I would like for us to acknowledge and get through for our guests here at the stadium. Please, 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 do ensure that you keep your mask on at most times, and at all times, should I say. The third wave is certainly among us. Sanitizers are provided around the room. Please use them. Please have your cell phones on silent at all times if possible, but keep tweeting throughout the night. My hashtag or my handle is @Aragilechi, just in case. Please tag us as well on our Twitter handle, which is @CGL Cricket. Our hashtag for tonight is hashtag 2021 CGL Awards, hashtag gratitude. Unfortunately, no smoking is allowed in the building. Neither is vape. That's for you, Liam. Bathrooms are also situated at the back of the room towards that end. Thank you in advance for adhering to these simple rules of engagement. To kick off this year's awards evening ceremony, I'd like to call on to stage the Central Gauteng Lions Vice President, Mr. Earl Glenister, to officially welcome everyone. Mr. Glenister, a round of applause as you make your
Arabile, my man, there's no way I'm going to be so fluent like you. There is no way I'm going to do that. Evening, everybody. My name is Earl Glenister, Vice President of Central Gauteng Lions. I'm just going to say CGL, because we're going to use that word quite a bit. So CGL will be the word we're going to use, or the abbreviation for it. A warm welcome to our 2021 Central Gauteng Lions Annual Award Ceremony. On behalf of Ann Villas, who couldn't make it this evening, a warm welcome to everybody. So a lot of things that Arabile spoke about, first of all, in his speech, or his opening remarks, is what I've got over here. So, Wanele, we will have a chat about that, so I'm going to wing this from here on, and we're going to go down that road. And just take it from there. We read about the pandemic over here. I see 168 million confirmed cases. I see 3.5 million people have died. Pandemic has obviously affected each and every one of us. Ladies and gentlemen, we must not take the pandemic for granted. It is here, it's well, and it's alive. And it affects each and every one of us. May it be in our social communities, may it be in our communities at home, schools, work. I beg of you, please make sure that you adhere to all COVID protocols, social distance, mask, wash your hands 10, 15, 20 times a day. Please do that. Some family members obviously passed away from COVID last year. Not a nice feeling for everybody. So my appeal to everybody is let's just adhere to protocols within this room. Thank you very much. Regarding the pandemic, I'm just going to skip some of that stuff that you spoke about, Arabile. So, I mean, thanks, Wanele, for throwing me under the bus here, but it's fine here. We obviously acknowledge the frontline workers who have obviously put their lives at risk for us, to make sure that we're safe, to make sure that our country is safe. I think it's important at night when you do go home, think about those guys working those hours, making sure that we try and flatten that curve, which is most important. To the guys out at the clubs, schools, so forth, playing cricket, please ensure that these guys wear their masks, so that we don't have to close cricket down. A big round of applause, first of all, to Jono and the office and the team for making sure that we can be the fingers in the part of our lives. And for us to continue having that, let's just obey those protocols, guys. To our partners out there, guys that assist during the pandemic, around providing food parcels, around providing masks, sanitizers, it was phenomenal. I mean, there's like a frog in my throat when I speak about that because I attended quite a bit of those. It was the hands that came out, the open hearts that came out just to provide the less privileged out there with those food parcels. Like we said, it affected our lives in a very, very terrible way. We looked at, I think, Jono, you can correct me, 5 million rands worth of parcels were handed out last year. So once more, the guys, to Wandele and his team and the office, well done. So there was another pandemic that really hit our, I won't say our shores, but the world indeed and at large. And it's something that is close to CGL and the CGL family, gender-based violence. When the president spoke about it, I think it was last year, October, November, CGL put up their hands and they said, we will make sure that we follow this campaign, that it's highlighted out there, that we will stand against femicide, that we will be out there to make sure that we make a conscious effort to make sure that everybody understands what that is and what it affects, how it affects our country, how it affects our communities, how it affects my mom, my dad, my sister. Oh, not my dad passed away, my apologies. My mom, my sister, my wife. Those are important things that we need to consider. So everybody out there, if you still thinking about it, there is there a bank account that we normally transfer money in for that particular fund, Jono?
Yeah, it's eGlinister, ABSA 60.
That sounds about right. Sounds about right. So any contributions or donations, get in contact with Jono so that we can obviously provide quite a bit of that, either through the department and so forth. All right. I think the important part about it, we had our pink day and there was no cricket for a very long time at this in the stadium itself. And we had our pink day, which is, I mean, if anybody has been to the Wanderers, Imperial Wanderers, and watched the pink day match at the Wanderers, that memory will be in your mind for the rest of your life. We couldn't have it last year, but we were fortunate enough to have the international, first of all, at the Wanderers. And our stadium manager, through CSA, was given the task of just making sure that this bubble at the Wanderers is a safe bubble for everybody who partook in that match. And we did not have one case over that period of time. So to Mr. Martin, well done there, sir. I know you're close to retirement. I'm not sure how we're going to replace you. but I think Jono will find a way to make sure that happens, that we're on the right track there. To the office staff at CGL, Jono and his team, to the cricket servicing team, to our coaching manager, to our mini staff coordinator, Mr. Brian Patel. Work was going on behind the scenes, guys. We didn't stop at CGL. We made sure that everybody out there knows that cricket's still alive and well, and that we will be around for a very, very long time. With the hearts and hands that were provided, those were the important things. And I just want to say thank you to Jono and his staff and to the office for the hard work, endless hours sitting around, putting presentations together, doing webinars. I can't tell you, every day there's a Teams meeting happening. Every day I'm invited to a Teams meeting at CGL about the littlest things, the information that gets out there. Well done, guys, well done. I think with the Pink Day, we raised something like, I think it was 400 to 450,000, I'm not sure about the figure. This figure says here 400,000, but Arabile will probably come in and say, no, it's not 400, it's 450,000. Because I've got the right speech, I don't know where you got that one from. So it's plus minus there around, so well done to CGL and CSA, it's a joint venture. We just want to say thank you to our sponsors, which is Momentum, and we want to say thank you to Betway, who get involved there, and associate sponsors around the Pink Day. Thank you very much, guys. So now, obviously, this evening is all about the players, the guys that contributed over the season, the guys that look forward to getting onto the field. As Arabile said, it was a shortened season, but it was one to enjoy. We're here to celebrate those guys who have done well. It wouldn't have been fair of us just to pass that by and say, no, we're not going to celebrate them. We're not going to have anything for them. I think it's important that we have this thing to celebrate those guys. I want to say thank you to our sponsors around the females team, which is Imperial. Thank you very much to Imperial. There's obviously some monies going to that. Players, teams, guys that have done well. We have Inza Construction, who's in the room as well. Thank you, Clinton, to you and your company and your brother and your team. Just keep on sponsoring and making sure that things go well in our communities and our club cricket. Right? Some of those guys will get some money as well. To Mr. Robbie Fox from Black Widow, who's always been a friend of CGL, part of our family now. We had an awesome game here a few months ago, a month ago. Yes, the ladies won. He's from Randburg, and everybody's from Randburg. So Randburg's doing very well, thank you very much. But thank you, Mr. Fox, for Black Widow still being a part of us, and still being a part of the family and contributing to our community clubs. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it would not be fair of me if I do not say thank you to Mrs. Ann for this, who's not feeling well at the moment, and I'm positive she's online now, looking, saying, oh, please don't say that. Oh, please don't say that. Because she keeps on saying that to me. Oh, don't say that. Oh, don't say that. But I will. So, Anne, I hope you get better. I hope we'll see you pretty soon in the next boardroom meeting. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for you and John are taking this province forward with the new board. Thank you for a number of things that you guys have done. Nearly done out of the day. Just a big thank you to our fans, our cricket players, guys that have been behind this province for a very, very long time. I'm honored, first of all, to be in your presence. And just to stand here and say thank you very much for backing the province, for backing the guys that's here, the administrators. I think from your side, just to be on that cricket field, just shows that it just puts a smile to my face when I see it happen. And when I engage with people on cricket fields, all they can say is just thank you very much. But we're happy to do that from our side because we know that cricket's alive and well in this province. And we should keep it that way. You're the only one that can make it that way. You're the only one that can spread that good news. you're the only one that can say, I want to be a part of the system. I mean, if we look at it, we had a Veterans League that took place as well. And Frank from Wanderers, who's the chairperson there, it started this year to see the amount of old goats still playing cricket. I say as well, so. But those are the sort of things that we're speaking about. The guys are still involved, they're still a part of their clubs, they're still a part of their communities. It's a sense of belonging to something, a sense of belonging to your club. That is important. Being a part of your community, providing cricketing knowledge back to your community. And I think if we continue in this way, it will be important. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I look at Mr. Elder over there, he's only 17 years old, but he's going to get to 40, 45. We want to see him in that league one day. So Mr. Elder, we'll see you there soon, mate. Don't worry. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of the evening and welcome to CGL's 2021 Awards evening. Thanks.
Mr. Glenister, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Just to, of course, add, hopefully we can be as good as the battle between Randburg and Delphos. Randburg coming on top, of course. And as usual, it had to happen this evening as well. So let's try and keep the spirit up, right? Just keeping up how things are. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you see me straight to the side here a little bit, please don't mind that. I did just buy a new outfit for this evening, so I have to show it off the best possible way. I need to. Sorry, my sponsors need to not kidding. But thank you so much for that, though. Really appreciate it. Please do be on standby as well. You're going to help us hopefully put out hand out the first set of awards. Now, Central Gauteng Lions is indeed invested in various off-the-field socio-economic development programs and initiatives, including education, health, and poverty alleviation programs. Now, on the education front, CGL continued to work with various institutions offering on as well as off-the-field academic support. CGL even concluded a groundbreaking memorandum of understanding with WITS, where continuous on and off-field is offered to various students, including coaching, mentoring, bursaries, training, and even the use of facilities. Thanks to the support from Richfield for their continued academic support for our players and the staff in the form of bursaries as well as scholarships. So now we move on to the health front. The cricketing community, Cricket South Africa, CGL, Charlotte Matlage Academic Hospital, partners and sponsors all celebrated 10 years of Pink Day. 10 years of raising the breast cancer awareness. As statistics show, 1 in 28 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. These are often the caregivers in a home, and as such, it is safe to say that it is a disease that affects at least 1 in 28 families in South Africa. Men can also develop breast cancer. We see about 1 male for every 100 female patients with breast cancer. The diagnosis of breast cancer is distressing for any person. Patients who are diagnosed earlier have more treatment options and do better, particularly in the long term. Pink Day is a day where we celebrate the human spirit, particularly to overcome breast cancer. It's a day when survivors, families, friends, and cricket fans, young and old, dress up in pink in support of breast cancer sufferers and their families. With the mooted season where no fans were allowed in the stadium, CSA, CGL, as well as its partners, sought to try, at the very least, to continue to reach to various communities through its affiliated schools and community-based clubs. There was an invitation that was extended to clubs and schools to participate in the exhilarating as well as prestigious event. To celebrate the 10th annual Pink Day, clubs as well as schools were challenged to come up with innovative and out-the-box ideas on how to create awareness, encourage communities to even get tested, as proven early detection does save lives. Clubs and schools could use their matches played before Pink Day to promote the cause by incorporating the color pink. Clubs were also encouraged to come up with initiatives to raise funds for the Pink Day cause. The club or school that showcases best performances and out-the-box ideas raises the most funds and even shares the most posts on social media would receive a grand prize, a full season suite. Sure. With tickets to all matches and parking at the Imperial Wanderers Stadium with 80,000 rand. That is 80. And also stands a chance to win 10,000 rand in cash. We saw everything from pink stumps, elegantly and beautifully designed playing kits, painted faces, pink garments, pink hair, food markets, and many other innovative community outreach initiatives to raise the breast cancer awareness, and funds donated to various locally based organizations at the forefront of reducing the scourge. Cricket South Africa and CGL, as well as its partners, wishes to thank all of the clubs and schools that heeded the call and participated in this campaign. It is my absolutely great pleasure to announce the winning school or club. Earl, I'd like to ask if you could please come on stage, Mr. Glenister.
Are we handing something out to Delphos?
I'll make sure we don't. Having reviewed all submissions and how every club approached the competition, there was a sense of ownership of the campaign and really connecting with their communities through various initiatives. This was witnessed across most clubs should I say, that participated with the use of social media and press engagement as well. So given the restrictions of going big from execution, we do acknowledge that clubs were limited to what was possible on the day. For the committee, it was a challenge to nominate a single winner, but to award the following top 5 clubs that participated. And they are JP Cricket Club,
Each club had to come up with their own innovative way of doing it. So we gave it to 5
Crescent's Cricket Club,
They said we mustn't hug it.
Florida Cricket Club, Marks Park Cricket Club, and saving the worst for last, I mean the best for last, Delphos Cricket Club. So indeed, a huge congratulations to them all. Please, another round of applause. The Breast Cancer Awareness Campaign was indeed an ultimate winner, and we would like to thank all the clubs for their participation and wish that they continue with the awareness campaign. In terms of the prize allocation, each club will be allocated 5 match tickets per game, 2 parking tickets, and an equally shared the 10,000 rand. A round of applause again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. So, for your sins, Mr. Glenister, you're unfortunately going to have to stand right next to me. On the poverty alleviation front, we can all agree that 2021 was the most challenging and unprecedented years last experienced since at least 1918 with the Spanish flu outbreak. You remember that? The COVID-19 outbreak was severely impacted not only our sporting community, but the world at large, with many lives lost, changes in what we knew as the norm, and continues to threaten many families and communities, as well as their livelihood. It is up to all of us to collectively gather resources and reach out to communities in need of every possible support that we can offer them. To this end, we would like to acknowledge as well as thank the following partners who heeded the call to reach out to communities in dire need. And that was through various poverty alleviation efforts, the donation of masks, as well as the donation of sanitizers. Our sincere appreciation and gratitude to all of the volunteers, staff, players, SAPC, JNPD, the SANDF, community leaders, councillors, and the community at large who welcomed us in their communities. CGL, through the support of various partners, managed to distribute over 5,000 food parcels worth over 5 million rand across various communities. Would like to honor the following organizations with the prestigious Central Gauteng Lions Presidential Awards called the Order of the Lion. This award is in recognition of the exceptional services rendered to the development of cricket and contribution beyond cricket. The Order of the Lion is a symbol of strength, courage, royalty, and stateliness. It gives me great pleasure to then announce the 2020-2021 CGL Presidential Awards, and they are in no particular order. The Muslim Association of South Africa. Not sure if a representative is available. The next one is Feed SA. After that is the Veterans Cricket Association. After that is the Ashraful Aid Humanitarian Organization. As well as the Angel Network. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for them. All right, so in addition to responding to the poverty alleviation call, President Cyril Ramaphosa announced the second pandemic to hit South Africa. As Earl Glenister noted, gender-based violence. A call to all South Africa to help fight the scourge of high femicide levels. South Africa has the highest rate of gender-based violence and femicide incidents in the world, and the numbers remain unabated. In response, CGL partnered with the NGO, that's the People Opposing Women Abuse Power, who are at the forefront of fighting this high scourge through various awareness campaigns, financial and non-financial programs. To this end, CGL launched an awareness campaign aimed at raising the high levels of femicide and positioned the stadium as a dedicated, non-perishable food parcel donation drop-off point. All donated goods passed on to the affected families.
The women of our country are being raped, they are being killed by men. These rapists and killers walk amongst us. They are in our communities. They are fathers, they are brothers, they are our sons and our friends.
Every 3 hours a woman dies in the hands of men. 51% of rapes are children. 9 rape cases are reported.
There are over 180,000 reported cases in 1 year.
Perpetrators are men, either men.
The perpetrators are lovers, fathers, uncles, brothers and strangers.
1 in 3 women have experienced physical or sexual through partner violence. Our lives are threatened daily.
5% result in prosecution. Enough is enough.
Women, enough is enough. How close to join the charge against femicide?
Enough
enough is enough.
One year, enough is enough. I pledge to hashtag join the charge against femicide.
I pledge to join the charge against this femicide.
One year, enough is enough. I pledge to hashtag join the charge against femicide.
One year, enough is enough. Genoeg is enough.
Wanneer, genoeg is genoeg. Our sincere gratitude then to Elegance Jewelry Melrose Arch, who donated 500 elegantly designed bracelets to raise awareness, with all proceeds donated to Power. CGL wishes to honor these organizations for their unwavering support in the help to fight the high scourge of femicide. The Order of the Lion Award is also extended to Elegance Jewelry and the people opposing women abuse. The representative for them is here. Please do join us on stage. All right. Mr. Glenister, it does seem that, like your innings, it's been cut short. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it.
That's going to be tough on the cricket field next season.
It certainly will be a tough one, that's for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, for now though, we're just going to take a quick break.
Well done. Get the one gone.
The innings is over.
And kept on saying,
Just mentioning the doctor first, I'll tell her to stop.
You good? Good news, Frank.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know you will all be gathering some refreshment. Please continue to do so. In the meantime, though, I'd like to thank everyone who is still with us. A reminder, of course, to keep those tweets coming as well. Hashtag 2021 CGL Awards. The theme this year, of course, as we noted earlier, is gratitude. Please do not forget as well to tag us on @CGL Clubs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the next segment, we'd like to slow things down and perhaps pay tribute to our fallen fellow cricketers. Those who have left us this past season. And ladies and gentlemen, I think without a shadow of a doubt, things have been difficult. And families have unfortunately lost their loved ones through COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, a moment of silence, please.
come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'm tired, I see you again. I see you again. Damn, all the planes we flew, good things we've been through. Then I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and back, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. I know you have to talk about
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now for the next segment, I'd also like to welcome on stage the Central Gauteng Lions CEO, Mr. John O'Leafwright, to set the scene for us, perhaps unpack some of the cricket awards to look out for and what it took leading the union under such unprecedented times. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, Mr. John O'Leafwright.
What a magnificent evening of celebration here. And if we look at the hashtag gratitude, certainly I had a frog in my throat, Mr. Gianister, when some of those pictures were coming up on the TV screens, because wow, what a year it's been. Tonight we're blessed to be here together and proudly sitting next to each other, celebrating what a very different year it's been, but also what a magnificent year it's been on so many levels. At the start of this pandemic, when I had my staff meeting, I asked us to make sure that we held hands and supported each other through what was going to be our toughest year ahead. I asked every single community-based club sitting here tonight or watching on the virtual platforms to make sure that for once, a cricket union in this country is united in everything that we do together. Because as a team, we can achieve so much more. I often say that the word team stands for together, everyone achieves more. I often speak about the fact that champions don't become champions when they win the event, but in the hours, the weeks, the months, and the years they spend preparing for it. The victorious performance itself is merely a demonstration of their championship character. Tonight, the stage has been set. We've got the trophies, we've got the suit for starters, and tonight is a celebration of some wonderful achievements. Mrs. Villas is at home, our Vice President is here. I've got new board members, a new FinCo chair, and some very exciting new leaders a part of CGL. A new look CGL that I'm blessed to lead and be a part of. But as you know, nothing is possible without good people by your side. I want to thank Mark Patterson as Club Council Chairperson for his leadership, for Shirina Desai for her endless hours of redoing the fixtures 5 or 6 times. Every time there was a new lockdown or a new stage, the fixtures got redone. Hours and hours of work went in to making this season possible. Brian Patel put on his best outfit this evening. He even made a joke. He even made a joke in the office before we came here and said, "John, if things aren't going well, you can even auction me off tonight." So if I've got any good businessmen in the house, please, we're looking for some development money. Brian Patel is the prize. But I think the new culture and the new energy of CGL is starting to shift. And hopefully when we have our AGM later this year, and you reflect on the financials, you'll start to see a really significant turnaround that's happening within this great organization. An organization that was under the pump 12 months ago. An organization that managed to keep cricket alive over the last 12 months when many other unions were dead and have not bowled a cricket ball or done a thing in 12 months. What Bonelli was able to do tonight, or show tonight, is a very small piece of what this province has achieved in 12 months. I often say your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card, and how you leave others feeling after an experience with you becomes your trademark. And my team internally needs to be saluted tonight. FinCo cut our budget tonight because we are turning this company around. They were the ones... You're shouting at me, my FinCo chair. My team was the one putting out the tablecloths tonight, not an events company. Putting the candles out tonight, making sure the balloons were pumped and ready to celebrate this evening. The team that works tirelessly in this office, the umpires, Brian Catt, his whole team, Odette, Sue, the whole scoring association, and every single role-playing stakeholder within this organization has made the season possible for all of us to sit here tonight and celebrate. It was mentioned a bit earlier that when and certainly I was naive coming into this role at the back end of 2019, because I didn't know the impact of clubs. And as I started to understand the role clubs and the communities played within this organization, it started to make a meaningful difference to me, that if we can empower communities and bring people together, we can grow the game and move it forward. And if I look, a couple of weeks ago, we had the Veterans Final on this field. A couple of weekends before that, we had our women and our men clubs playing in this field. People posting pictures and saying, life-changing experience. Every single time I went to a club this season, or to a school this season, or to university this season, there was a sense of belonging and a sense of pride. The board asked me to do a business plan and a turnaround strategy a couple of months ago, and we turned the word CGL into choices, governance, and longevity. Because every decision we make, whether it be in the boardroom, or in your clubs, or at our schools, or on our fields, needs to be based on those three guiding principles of choices, governance, and longevity. When CSA told us we were going to restructure domestic cricket, we had to say, well, we want to be the leaders in that space. We didn't submit a little flip file of documentation. We submitted an 895-page bid submission because we wanted to be the best. We wanted to lead the charge. When Cricket South Africa released the results, the audited results, CGL, this proud province, was ranked #1 in this entire country. If I look at the transformation charter that's been derived, we had a transformation workshop a few weekends ago. Members' council clubs were invited. Women's cricket, deaf cricket, blind cricket, youth cricket, coaches. People are starting to have a voice in this union that they've never had over many, many years. One of our board members, Michelle, sitting in front of me, is the president of Softball South Africa. We're learning from other sporting clubs. We're starting to multi-purpose this environment. Your traditional suites that have only had bars in and used 12 times a year are now daily tenanted out. We're renting the space out to offices. We're almost at 50 to 60% capacity. We've got a full-time yoga studio that's about to launch in a couple of weeks. We walked around 3 restaurant groups today. There's an excitement and an energy. This Imperial Wanderers Stadium is going to be where Joburg meets. It is going to be a destination venue. It is going to be the venue of choice for many functions like this. And the great thing is that everything we do, everything we make, every cent we're able to derive out of what we do is going to go back in to growing this game. It's going to go back in to bursaries and scholarships and growing people. Because we don't want only good cricketers, we want good people. And if I look at the way women's cricket has grown, if I look at the way our youth has grown, if I look at the way Brian Patel has gone out over the last 3 weekends and drive KFC mini cricket to create excitement amongst the grassroots program of this province, it gives me a sense of immense pride. If I look at the way some of our clubs, the same Manak that's sitting here tonight, has created winter programs, got some of our players involved. If I look at the 16 men and 16 women that we've selected to represent the Imperial Lions this season, I'm excited. We've got high performance platforms. We've got a blank page, ladies and gents, to create history and create a new chapter for this proud province. And every single one of you sitting here tonight are part of that chapter, are part of that storybook that we need to write together. But we can only do it if we have a common vision. We can only do it if we all sing off the same page. We can only do it if we continue to hold hands. We can only do it if we understand that transformation in the boardroom, on the field, every level of the way we procure and do things is done and achieved in this proud province. We can only do it if we have good sponsors. Nikki, Isha from Imperial, Mohamed Akruji, the Group CEO, the naming rights partner of this great stadium. Clinton Crowley and his brother sitting here from Enza. Robbie Fuchs and the whole Black Widow team. Bass, Shrey, Spear Wines, Bayer's Chocolates, Sunbet. Every single person that invests 1 cent into this proud province is investing their money into driving communities and bringing South Africa together, a South Africa that we can be proud of. So to Mr. Madaseng, who was the president who appointed me at the back end of 2019, I didn't expect to walk in 4 months later to a COVID-19 world pandemic. But to the board that appointed me, thank you. to the board that currently still believes and trusts in me, to my staff and my team, to all of you, thank you. Because CGL is moving forward. CGL is moving forward at a rapid rate. And as long as we keep holding hands, and as long as we keep putting cricket first, and as long as we keep having leaders, players, as Earl mentioned, some of the youngsters that are going to come through the ranks, to be our future club chairpersons, to be our future school principals, to be the next dad, the next doctor, the next attorney that will serve on our board. Let's continue to drive excellence together. Let's continue to hold hands. And let's continue to make CGL the greatest province in this country. It is a privilege to serve you. I'm excited for the years ahead. But let's make sure that we win this together, because together, everyone achieves more. Thank you.
Well, certainly some inspiring words there, that's for sure. And Mr. Glenister, earlier on you said you don't know how you could be as eloquent and as great as me on stage. Well, that's Mr. Leafright, thank you so much for that. I'm going to ask you as well to come up on stage in a few as well to help us hand out a few awards. In addition, I'd also like to invite the CGL Vice President, Mr. Earl Glenister, as well to join Mr. Leafright to hand out the next awards as well. A round of applause for both of them. So many factors have contributed to the success of the organization. Having a sound strategy, a marketable product or service, an efficient process, all of those are important. But if all falls to the people, it all falls to the people within the organization to execute, and to execute well the strategies, the plans, the processes, in order to make a business successful. To kickstart this segment, we would like to recognize and thank all of our staff members for their tenacity and belief in sustaining the organization through what was certainly the most difficult season ever. Your innovative solutions, your long hours, and willingness to adapt to a new way made it possible for the organization to sustain itself under the unprecedented era of the union. We'd like to especially recognize our long service members, and they are, for 5 years of service. Amit Bula. I'm not sure if any of them are here, but I will name out the 5-year long service members. They are Amit Bula, Andile Buthelezi, Ashraf Muhammad, George Mabuosi, Lebohang Mokhetwa, Madoda Bomose, Masocha Matebula, Sipho Mlenje, Thokozani Mngqina, Tisetso Chere, Velaphi Mahlangu, and those are the 5-year long service members. So congratulations and a round of applause. We'll move on to those that have been servicing and helping for 10 years now. Andries Malubani, Brian Patel, Cyril Martin, Jabulani Kubeka. Congratulations to all of you.
Guys, please welcome to Robbie.
Mr. Martin is always here. Congratulations. Now, I haven't even been working for 15 years, but these two have certainly been great honorary members who have served as well as they possibly could. For 15 years of long service, Benjamin Rampela as well as Daniel Park. Thanks so much. CGL is certainly proud to have such long-standing service members dedicated to the core. Let's move on now to the next awards. And they are for the recognition of men and women who, without their dedication and passion, the game of cricket would not be possible. We now move to the Umpires and Scorers Awards, sometimes known as the biggest shooters in the province. The 2020-2021 CGL Umpire, Scorers and Fair Play Award goes to, for the Fair Play Award, evaluated by the umpires, Wanderers Cricket Club. Hey. The CGL Umpires Award goes to Jason Smith.
So there's the UCB logo.
The CGL Scorers Award goes to Karen Sibai. Congratulations to them all. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Now, our next set of awards speak to CGL's vision, and that is creating passion for the game, taking the game of cricket to all corners of our region, including marginalized groups, blind cricket, deaf cricket, and even women's cricket, packed with resilience, tenacity, and a strong will to try and just keep the game of cricket alive. The next set of awards are awarded to our blind and deaf cricketers. With a shortened season, our Blind and Deaf Cricket Association managed to forge ahead to host what was a successful provincial series tournament, CGL Blind Cricket even emerging as winners of the provincial series tournament, with the following individual winners. Could all of them please come up? The B1 Player of the Season, Dr. Malinga. The B2 Player of the Season, Buhle Pisa. Fantastic. The B3 player of the season, Luande Pisa. I'll continue to call out the rest of the names. Please do all come up. The next person is already coming up. The overall player of the season, Luande Pisa. Ladies and gentlemen, the coach of the season for B2 is Michael De Silva. And the administrator of the season, we have two winners, one in B2, the other B3, Isaac Bita and Michael Ledbetter. We also have Deaf Cricket Awards, and these go to the batter of the season, Colin Fenter. The bowler of the season in this category is Rudy Clay. At the same time, ladies and gentlemen, allow us to also award the Deaf Cricket Fielder of the season as well as the Player of the season to Colin Fenter. So indeed, a massive congratulations to both CGL Blind Cricket and Deaf Cricket Association for keeping the game alive and staying true to the vision. On to the next awards then, we would like to now turn our attention to celebrate our queens, isn't Bobodo? Women who continue to take up space and cement their position in the world of sport. And with some of our CGL players, they flew the South Africa flag with the greatest of pride in the recent Pakistan as well as India tour. CGL was honored to extend its partnership with Imperial. In November 2021, Imperial took up the naming rights sponsorship for both the semi-professional women's team as well as club cricket. I believe that may be November 2020. The extended partnership was announced amidst a constrained economic environment, and as CGL we are truly grateful and even humbled by the extended partnership. Black Widow also extended their sponsorship of the Women Club Cricket. Starting with Women's Club Cricket Awards, the following Imperial Women's Club Cricket Awards go to the Imperial Player of the Season, Kirsty Thompson. Allow me to do this at the same time then while she is up, the Imperial Batter of the Season, Kirsty Thompson. All right, just to confirm then, of course, the Imperial Player of the Season as well as Batter of the Season is Kirsty Thompson.
Can somebody help Kirsty, please?
And when we say help, not to the bank.
It's E.M. Glenister, Absa Bank.
All right, continuing with our awards then for the Imperial Women's Club Cricket Awards, the Bowler of the Season, Samantha Sheet. To all of us, I promise. Come on, Mia. Come on, Mia. Please come this side. Take a photo with you at that stage, The Imperial Runners-Up Club of the Season, Randburg Cricket Club. The winners then of the Imperial Women's Club Cricket Club of the Season, Wanderers Cricket. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce then the Imperial CGL Senior Women Provincial Team Awards. And they go to, allow me to finish, the Bowler of the Season is Yolani Fourie, and the Player of the Season, Kirsty Thompson. A big congratulations to all of you. Gentlemen, are you tired? Yeah. Well, I mean, you're the CEO, you can delegate. But I'm delegating to you, so unfortunately you're going to stay. Turning our attention now to the men's cricket CGL Senior Provincial Team, CSA hosted the penultimate 50-over limited provincial tournament in Potchefstroom, where our CGL team won all of their matches. CGL would like to congratulate all the players, coaches, as well as the administrative staff who proudly represented and flew the Lions flag with pride. The next awards seek to recognize individual CGL senior men provincial team members. The 2020-2021 individual CGL senior men provincial team winners are the CGL men's senior provincial player of the season, Shaylin Pillay. Ladies and gentlemen, the CGL Men's Senior Provincial Team Bowler of the Season, Ari Kavadas. It doesn't look as though Ari is here, but the CGL Men's Senior Provincial Team Batter of the Season, as well as the CGL Men's Senior Provincial Team Players Player of the Season, Mitchell van Buren. Section of this segment, before we take a quick break then, we'd like to honor and recognize our national flag bearers. These are the CGL players who flew the national flag for various games and tournaments. Please allow me to call out all of these names and we can give them all a round of applause as they all come up. The Momentum Proteas squad for the Pakistan incoming tour, the Momentum Proteas squad for the India outgoing tour, as well as CSA contracted Momentum Proteas women's player Ayabong Akaka. The Momentum Proteas squad for the Pakistan incoming tour, the South Africa emerging squad to tour Bangladesh, Kirsty Thompson. The South African under-19 squad, Michael Copeland. The South African under-19 squad, Tahir Isaacs. The South African under-19 squad, Liam Elder. The South African under-19 squad, Samuel Ruisi. You can guess, Mickey Copeland. You can guess again that it is the South African under-19 squad, and it's Ronan Herman. And the South African under-19 squad as well, Zach Momberg, Kwena Mapaka, as well as Sia Sibia. Congratulations. Please, the road will come out. To Mr. Leafright and Mr. Glenister, a big round of applause. Thank you so much. You have one more word for us tonight from you. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we will take a very quick break. Thank you so much for your time. Back in about 5 minutes.
Our girls are betting us out. don't have a haircut. I just like to go alone now.
In ours at school, we used to use the something fathers alone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're hoping to get to the end of the proceedings very soon, so let's not keep you waiting too long now. So welcome back indeed to all of you, especially those that are still watching from wherever they may be, home or anywhere else. A friendly reminder, of course, to please do keep those tweets coming. Hashtag 2021 CGL Awards, hashtag gratitude. Please do not forget to tag us as well at CGL Cricket. We've now approached the last segment of our awards. Again, thank you for staying the entire evening. In this segment, we seek to recognize and honor our pipeline cricket. The past season was a testament for the need to significantly invest in our pipeline structures, especially club and school cricket. 11 Imperial Lions professional men were selected for various Proteas matches, and the team had to dig deep into its pipeline structures in order to retain the Betway T20 and the Momentum One Day Cup. Thank you to all the men and women who continue to sustain our pipeline cricket structures under challenging times. Before we call the next presenter, we're joined then by one of our Imperial Lions players, John Hendricks. Please can we have a quick chat?
No, finish up, finish up.
And if you thought I was impartial, now you know. Awesome stuff, John. Thank you so much for it. Really appreciate it. You cleaned up this past season, right? Especially in those awards. You managed to pick up the Imperial Lions Momentum One Day Cup Batsman of the Season, the Momentum One Day Cup Fielder of the Season, the Imperial Lions Players Player of the Season. Have you recovered from all those accolades? I mean, it was a heavy night for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, it was a very successful season for the team. Yeah, just really happy to have contributed as much as I did this year. Like you said earlier, we worked out quite a few players throughout the season due to national representation. So yeah, just really happy to have contributed to all the success of the team this season.
Yeah, you have also been selected there for the emerging squad. How are you holding up? Any preparations? How are you feeling?
Yeah, a lot of prep has gone in the past sort of 3 weeks. I sort of found it about 3 weeks ago and had to get my butt into gear. I was literally just playing golf and hockey and most days of the week, so...
Golf is not a sport.
Try hitting a stationary ball. It's very much
so rather than swinging and moving one, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. It will obviously be a shortened resting period for you, considering the plans that you need to have now with the emerging squad as well. What are the plans to try and switch off as well then after the tour?
So pretty much probably not the hockey when I get back because there were a few little turf burns and grass burns from hockey. But most likely a bit of golf and then yeah, just try and catch up with the family because obviously during the season it was really, really difficult moving from bubble to bubble and being away for extended periods of time, so yeah, a lot of time with the family. Yeah,
certainly a difficult one. A massive thing that has happened of late though is the changes to the domestic structure, especially with the Imperial Lions having made the top 8 team. Perhaps your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I had no doubt that we would make the top 8. We've been probably one of the forefronts in South African cricket for the past decade with the franchise. And especially in the past 5 years, we've been really, really successful. So there was no doubt in my mind that we were going to get a team. But now just to take the success over under a different banner and without the Northwest element of it this year.
Yeah, certainly interesting. Finally, what should the public then be perhaps looking out for in the new season? And as someone who played club cricket, of course, what's your message to aspiring young cricketers in the future?
So firstly, to the fans should look out for a lot of young faces. Obviously, we've had to sign quite a bunch of new players, so there's quite a lot of our younger players coming through the system. I mean, one of the award winners tonight, Mitch from Beren, will be on display, hopefully, for most of the season next year. And yeah, looking forward to obviously starting afresh, obviously without the Northwest element to it. So there's going to be quite a few challenges this year, but I think it will be a very, very successful season. And then to all the club cricketers, yeah, look, never stop dreaming. I mean, I was sitting at a lot of these events when I was younger in school, and basically club cricket paved the way for me throughout my career. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes there, but a lot of lessons were learned. So yeah, keep dreaming and keep dreaming big.
Dom, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dom Hendricks.
He started at Belfast. 13 years old he started.
So grassroots level. All right, excellent stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our club awards, and to present these, I would like to call on stage the chairperson of CGL Club Council, Mr. Mark Patterson. Alright, and now before we start handing out these certificates, we'd like to extend our gratitude to Stacey Osborne for printing all of tonight's certificates at own cost. Thank you very, very much.
Stacey Osborne, everybody.
For all of those at home who couldn't see, he is the man behind the camera and the screen. To kickstart this section, we'd like to honor our CGL Veteran League winners. You will agree with me, though, that without a solid sounding board and assistance from members of our society that have walked the journey before us, play a pivotal role with their immense guidance and mentorship. It's a big thank you to all of our CGL Veterans members. The 2021 CGL Veterans League winners the were Old Edwardians Cricket Club. The next awards are awarded to clubs that have gained the CSA Blue Chip status. And they are, I'd like to ask if I could name all of them, please, and then we can give them all a round of applause. They are Delphos Cricket Club, Gunnermoor Old Edwardians Cricket Club, Soweto Pioneers Cricket Club, Kagiso Cricket Club, as well as Randburg Cricket Club. The next awards go to all CGL Club Cricket Saturday competition winners. I'll start off at Saturday 6, Khoza Cricket Club. For Saturday 5, Crescent Cricket Club. For Saturday 4, it is Hampton's Hill Sports For Saturday 3, as well as for Saturday 2, Wanderers Cricket Club.
He's not as pretty as the ladies though.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the Saturday 1 competition, the Gunnermoor Old Edwardians Cricket Club. CGL was very proud, ladies and gentlemen, to announce the extended partnership with its associate partner, Enza Construction. Enza Construction extended their sponsorship to club cricket and took up the Sunday Premier League naming rights as well. The 2021 CGL Club Cricket Sunday League winners are, we will start off with the Sunday 6 side, Orange Farm Cricket Club. For Saturday 5, as well as for Sunday 5, my apologies, as well as for Sunday 4, Sopranos Cricket Club. For Sunday 3, the winners of the Sunday 3 League, Azadville Cricket Club. In the Sunday 2 League, EP Ottomans Cricket Club. And the Sunday 1 winners, Randburg Cricket Club. I had nothing to do with that. I promise I had nothing All right, for the Women's President's League, the winners there were the Gunnermoor Old Edwardians Cricket Club. B section, the winners of that league was Glen Vista Cricket Club. And the President's League in the A section, the winners of that. I think there may be a mistake here, sorry, we need to change this one a little bit. Delphos Cricket Club.
Hey, Brian. How do you do? Yeah, that's Jiffy.
The Black Widow T20 Women's Cricket winners. Mark, I hope you don't mind. I'm actually going to ask Robbie Fuchs as well to join us for this one. Robbie, if you could please join us.
Random taking over again,
And the Black Widow T20 women's winners were Randburg Cricket Club. Winners for the men's. There was the Gallenmoor Olden Warriors. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the winners then of the Imperial Women's Premier League. Wanderers Cricket Club. Alright, it is at this time as well, Mark, if you don't mind, I'm going to also ask if Clinton Crowley can please help us pick up this award as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the Enza Premier League. We're doing amazing. Robbie. Ladies and gentlemen, the Enza Premier League, Section B, runners-up, Glen Vista Cricket Club. And the winners then, ladies and gentlemen, for the Enza Premier League B section, Quasar Cricket Club. All right, we move on to to the A section, runners-up then of the Enza Premier League, Jeppe Cricket Club. Of the Enza Premier League, the A section, Marks Park Cricket Club. Congratulations to all those teams. Thank you so much. Appreciate it as well. Thank you so much. So as we are edging closer to the end of the ceremony, we'd also like to recognize some of the individual talent from our club cricket for the past season. The 2020-2021 individual CGL Cricket Prize winners are. We'll start off with the B section. The Enza Premier League Section B Club Cricketer of the Season, Nicholas Holmes from Pirates Cricket Club. Allow me to continue with the B segment as we do the Enza Premier League Bowler of the Season for the B section, Edward Nell from Khoza Cricket Club. Ladies and gentlemen, the Enza Premier League Section B Batter of the Season, in that B segment, Johan Wessels from Heidelberg Cricket Club. If Johan is here. Alright, we move on now to the A section winners on this one. Ladies and gentlemen, the Enza Premier League A section Batter of the Season, the Enza Premier League A section Bowler of the Season, as well as the Enza Premier League A section Club Cricketer of the Season from Wits Cricket Club, Johan Landsberg. So you can tell where the party is after this, right? Well, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it as well. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the show. I hope you have enjoyed every minute of it. But it is the moment we've all been waiting for, the Club of the Year. Now, to present this award, I would like to invite on stage the CGL President, Mrs. Ann Villas, who's joining us from home, who will definitely be sitting there handing out the award in spirit. The CGL Vice President, Mr. Earl Glenister, the CGL Club Council Chairperson, also to remain on the stage. My apologies, Mark, that was actually you. And last but not least, CGL CEO, Mr. Jono Leafright. So, before we announce the winners of the 2020-2021 CGL Club of the Year, I'd like to pose perhaps a few questions to our presenters who are here on stage. To the CGL Vice President, Mr. Earl Glenister, perhaps if you could paint what is a high-level picture of CGL's aggressive plan to transform the game across all levels that we have. Sorry, the tough one goes to you.
Under the bus. This bus is getting bigger and bigger. I think what we phrase as the Lions way is really coming out in club cricket at the moment. We see competitive natures, we're seeing clubs really, truly doing well. Guys going out, making the extra effort just to get out there and making sure that boys are on the field. I think the season, we actually had two competitions. We had our Friendship League and we had the League. The Friendship League was more competitive than the League at one stage, because guys just want to get out there, but I've seen a lot of this that they call the Lions way. When we get there, this is how we play. When we get there, this is what you're going to see from us. And we've seen that through all our clubs, through all the structures, from Premier League A all the way down. The competitive nature of our cricketers in Gauteng, I'm telling you, we can just, as Jono said early on, there's wonderful things happening within our union. And I think club cricket has a big role to play. With the new structures coming along, Mark and his team, I think Club Council will obviously do their thing this coming season on. We see structures changing, we see a number of things. Everything can be played for, from clubs, schools. We'll see a lot of schoolboys coming back to club cricket. Those are the important things. And we only see positive things happening. I look at this name on this placard now, Club of the Season. And these guys have been striving for this for a very, very long time. And I can just take my hat off to obviously the administration, the coaches, the effort that has been put in by this club to get here. And my congratulations goes out to...
Before we do that, you see these guys from Belfast, Anyway, Mr. Patterson, I'm going to ask you a question as well before we announce the winners here. There's also going to be a question for Mr. Leafright. We have seen the importance of club cricket, particularly amongst the CGL structures. Let's perhaps talk about what is in store, particularly for the new season.
Okay, we had a lot of plans for this season. Unfortunately, they changed a few times. Sharina and Takata and the teams had to put fixtures out about 3 or 4 times, as John has said. We had to evolve and create new competitions for the season as well. So, well done to them on everything that they did. We had big plans initially planned for the season, and they'll be carried over into the new year. So we've got a new formats of competition. We've got some exciting stuff coming the way of Saturday cricket as well. Creating bridges between the G's. Keep the enthusiasm that we've got here, guys. We were one of the few unions in South Africa that got club cricket play, and I think if everyone can just stand up and applaud the team here that put in the effort to make it happen. We took it for granted that it happened, but it happened, and it didn't happen anywhere else. Ladies and gentlemen, these two ladies did so much for us this season, and we can never show enough appreciation. And I'd just like to thank you both for everything that you've done. It was hard and it was tough, and it was probably one of our toughest seasons, even though it was one of the shortest seasons. We were very fortunate, as Earl said earlier, to launch that Friendship Leagues when CSA said no official cricket. So we created our own unofficial cricket. So guys, well done, and thank you all for your efforts. Each and every club here, You made this season a success. Thank you.
Indeed, thunder stolen a little bit there, but indeed to Auntie Sharina and Tagato as well, congratulations, a really phenomenal season that you both have aided in putting together, to everyone here as well. Mr. Leafright, your question as well then this evening. Just give us a sense perhaps in who has been involved in laying the foundation for the season ahead, what fans and various stakeholders can even expect. And of course, a big congratulations as well for making it to the top 8 CSA provincial team.
Thanks, Arabella. And before I go any further, ladies and gents, the MC doesn't normally get a big round of applause in evenings like this. So to you, thank you very much. And we see you around the I'm trying to explain to my FinCo chair that the swag you got tonight is no socks, but he wants to donate some money to you for some socks. But I'm trying to explain to him it's the swag, so don't worry.
But again, it's a secret.
Exactly. I agree.
We have limited transparency in this country.
Arabella, it's an extremely exciting time. As Dom mentioned earlier, we've always had a bit of a person standing by our side in Northwest, and sometimes you need to just cut those strings and move on and become the masters of your own destiny. And that's certainly what we are excited about within CGL. We now are the masters of our own destiny. This is now our only home ground. We've got a fantastic team of Imperial Lions players that we believe are going to be the pride of Josie, are going to lead this province into a great, great future. And just to also, your earlier question to Earl around the importance of transformation and the importance in what we're trying to strive for on the women's platform. Many of you would have seen the women's logo in this particular season having lions with the word woman underneath it. And it was actually quite a robust discussion at a recent board meeting in us striving for equality on and off the field within this great union. And we're actually going to, in this new season, remove the word woman. And our 2 pinnacle professional teams in this province will be known as the Imperial Lions. And I think Arabella, with sponsors, with the great board that we currently have got, with great partners, and I always say we don't have sponsors in this province, we've got partners, and I think they have become really people that have held our hands. And guys, we haven't, as cricket, been able to give our sponsors a lot. We've had no fans within the stadium. Do you know not one sponsor, partner has retracted any spend or any investment into cricket? They've only assisted us, they've only given us more, and they've helped carve what I believe is certainly an exciting future for cricket in this province. Ladies and gents, we are now the masters of our own destiny. Let's create magic together, and as Dom said, let's dream big together.
No, hold it. Okay, just hold it. Thank you.
The pressure.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the end of the evening, and I would like this to be the last thing we do tonight in handing out the Club of the Season award. It's a big congratulations to them for the sterling achievement, as well as to all the winners this evening. We've come to the end of the show. A massive thank you to you and our sincere #gratitude for joining us this year. Please, when we're done with this, do drive safely, wear your mask, and let's all strive to flatten the curve. Ladies and gentlemen, the Club of the Season. Are you ready now, Mr. Glenister?
I'm ready.
There we go.
Club of the Season goes to Premier League winners Mark Spark.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all again, to the team behind the scenes, even yourself, Wanele, who has been working extremely hard there. Congratulations to you for being able to pull this off. Thank you to to the guys there at the back as well, doing sound, everybody that has been able to put together all this stuff as well, the waiters this evening, thank you so much for this. We really, really appreciate it, and we couldn't have asked for more. It's been a wonderful season, and one we will never forget because of how difficult it has been, but certainly how easy it has been able to get off the ground because of all your hard work. So thank you to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Arabile Kumete. Your dinner is served. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.